Heyo everybody, Haku here with a video similar to what I did going into this current season, summer 2017, and we're going to do it going into fall 2017, and that is to look through some of the anime that's airing so that you guys know what's airing and what you may want to see. And I'm using my anime list for this, and just for the video, I hate being scummy and using ad block a lot of the time, but I am going to use it for the video at least, just because it's going to be easier that way, because sometimes you don't know what kind of sketchy ads can show up even on ordinarily reputable sites. I've gotten some weird not safe for work stuff on some otherwise safe sites. But either way, what I'm planning to do here for this is that I've got a list of some of the ones I'm interested in, and as I go through these, I'm going to say what I think I might want to watch, and I'm going to ask you to help me out and give me some suggestions of stuff you want me to watch as well. But also, 3 of the things that we are reviewing every single week, Boku no Hero Academia Season 2, Centaur no Naimi, and Princess Principal, all 3 of those are about to end, and so we're going to have to replace those with something. So 1 to 3, I'm hoping. I wouldn't mind doing less, but doing 3 I think is a good thing. We could pick 3 to review week to week. I'm not going to rule out 4 to 5. It would be a little bit more than what I'm currently doing, of course, but I won't rule that out as a possibility. So either way, just tell me what you guys think I should watch as we go through this in the comments, of course. And also, I feel like no matter what you or I say before stuff airs, I am going to give stuff. I'm going to watch the first episode of everything and then make final decisions unless there's something I really, really want to see. But yeah, either way, let's actually get through and discuss these. Now, I'm not going to read every bio of every one, but I'm going to at least talk through a lot of this. Shokugeki no Soma and Kekai Sensen and all that, it's all second seasons of stuff that I haven't seen the first seasons do, so it's not like I can really watch it. Now here's the first talking point, is Black Clover. Now that's a big one to me because it's a pretty popular manga, at least right now. Popular, maybe, I don't know if that's the proper word. It has a lot of readers, but most of the manga reviewers and stuff that I watch kind of shit on it a little bit. So what I'm thinking is, I mean, it can't be as bad as Fairy Tail, and I loved Fairy Tail. Well, loved is kind of a bit strong of a word, but I really enjoyed watching Fairy Tail and reading Fairy Tail, even though it was the drizzling shits. It was really bad, and you can enjoy stuff that's really bad, and Black Clover couldn't possibly be that bad. But reading through the bio right here, as I have done beforehand to prepare myself for a lot of this, so I didn't spend a ton of time reading stuff. It does seem like your general, typical, it seems like your pretty stereotypical shonen. But I like shonen, I like fantasy, so I do think I could enjoy it. But the issue is, if I do it, are people going to be annoyed at my reviews because I don't read the manga? Or is it going to make people enjoy it more because I'm going in blind? So, that is one that I'm really heavily considering reviewing, but tell me your thoughts if you don't want me to review it since I haven't read the manga or whatever, or if you would just rather me review something else. But I think it'd be interesting, because it's kind of popular, to go in anime first on this one, since I many times do manga first, but it'll be interesting. Next is another one I really am strongly considering, Dies Arie, or Arie. No clue what that means. I was gonna say God's Wrath, but no, that would be Deus Arie, Day's Wrath. No idea, but it's some crazy Nazi ritual magic shit, and leading into modern day Japan somehow because anime. But it does look really interesting. I do want it's on my list pretty much. I have a list right here of 22 that I saw earlier that I was like, oh yeah, I want to at least give them a try. Might not watch them, but I'll at least give them a try. So whenever one of those comes up, I'll tell you. Dies Arie is one of the ones I want to at least give a try. So if anything that's not on that list you guys want me to watch, I can throw it on that list. and we can talk about it in the hot Q&As here and there and stuff, even if I don't review it week to week. But of the ones that I have here that I am already interested in, I think it'd be good to pick like one to three, maybe even up to 5 of those to review week to week. Second season of something, Gintama. Inuyashiki is another one that I kind of might be thinking of reviewing. That one is on the list as well. Just because, I don't know, like the artwork looks whatever. It's basically about 58-year-old, but he goes through some kind, and he has cancer, but he goes through some blinding light, some changes, and that allows him to be a hero, unless somebody else has a power similar to his. It does sound very interesting, and I like the whole psychological and drama and sci-fi tags for it. And it's by Mappa, who I really enjoy, mostly because of I guess Virgin Soul, but broadly because of I guess Cygames is heavily involved as well, because they made the original. But Shingeki no Bahamut, which I love, and Virgin Soul, like every episode has been movie quality, so I do have a lot of faith in a Mappa anime, or Mappa, either way. Just because is one, I put it on the list, but I put a question mark beside it, because there's not much information about it. It seems like your typical school thing that they're going to go for the whole artsy and feelsy style, which is hit or miss for me. Sometimes I like that kind of show, sometimes I don't really like it so much. So just because, for me, could go either way. I'd like to see what you guys think, if you know anything about it at all. Then Kinotabi, same thing. Kinotabi looks really interesting, but there's no synopsis, and the artwork looks really cool, and that's got me interested. But I'm pretty sure it's like an alternate version for a series, and it's by Lurche, which I like. But it's like an alternate version for some other show that has a bunch of seasons or something. I have no idea how it works. So if any of you want me to watch that or want me to review that, you might have to help me out with like what it is or what the rest of the series is. If there is other anime I'd have to watch first. Code Realize, not really that interested because it's a shoujo romance. I'm just sorry, not that interested in shoujo romance. Boku no Kanojo ga Majima Sugiru Shobich Naken. Now, this one could go either way. It's another one, I put it on the list, but it's very tenuous because, of course, this season I learned my lesson with trying to watch a sort of romance ecchi type deal, which was, what was it? Hajimete no Gal, that was super immature, and I thought it was terrible, and I couldn't stand it, couldn't even make it through the second episode. And this, again, just from the artwork you see there in the description, and that it's a school romance comedy, it makes me think it's going to be the similar type of thing, and I don't know. I'm going to go and try to watch it because it could be really good and I could love it, but it could be terrible and I could hate it. Just, I wouldn't ordinarily think that, because I didn't think I was going to hate Hajimete no Gal. I thought I was going to really like it, but not liking that has sort of made me doubt myself on whether I would be okay watching this. So we'll see what happens. And also, it's good to kind of bring up these in this sort of video. That way, if any of you read the manga or light novels or whatever, then you can tell me if something is good or not because you know the source material, or if you want me to watch it because you know the source material, and that way I would at least know there are some people interested in watching me do videos on it. This one may be, I think this one is Kujira no Kora wa Sajo ni Utau. That's the one I think I'm considering reviewing the most out of everything, because, I don't know, just the description. Chikara is a 14-year-old archivist at the Mud Whale. 9 out of 10 inhabitants are blessed or cursed with the ability to use Saimia, a special power that doomed them to an early death. It's so cool. It seems like the kind of, sci-fi mystery fantasy. It seems like the kind of thing that I enjoy, the sort of adventure but with a little bit of mystery and drama in there. And it is a shoujo, but I've liked a lot of shoujo series, so I mean, can't complain. Second season of something, I haven't watched the first season too. Same thing there. Same thing with Yuki Yuna, but I might watch the first season and then catch up to that eventually. I'm just definitely not going to review it because of me being so behind. Comedy romance, Siscon novelist, no thanks. I don't know, I'm just not into that. There have just been so many, pretty much the same story. It's almost always either a guy in love with his sister, or her in love with him, and one of them is almost always a mangaka or a novelist or something. Isn't that what Ero Manga Sensei was? Like, it's like a bunch of the same story being told differently, and it's popular, but I don't get it. So I'm gonna take a hard pass on that one. Osama Game the animation sounds like it would be really, really good, but there's that slight chance that it could be a bit too edgy. Basically, they get a game, and here are the rules of the game. It's like a survival game type thing, and I think the rules explain it more than the rest of the bio could. Class members must participate in the game. They will be sent an order, and a punishment will be given to those who don't follow the order, and quitting the game halfway is forbidden. So it's going to be, in my opinion, it'll probably be pretty good. It's going to be your classic survival game style. And it's mystery horror tags, good stuff. So I do have some faith in that we can try that out. Juni Tyson is another one I want to try out and watch. It's on the list. 12 warriors based on the 12 Chinese zodiac. I think that'd be cool, and they're all fighting each other and stuff. Not sure how it'll be set up, if it's like a survival game type thing or whatever, but just that whole setup sounds interesting to me, and I'd like to try it out. Hoseki no second season, never mind. Hoseki no Kuni. This one's interesting because I don't watch Steven Universe. I don't really know anything about it, but I read the description to this and I'm like, that sounds like everything I've ever heard about Steven Universe. Basically, listen to this stuff. In the distant future, a new, immortal, and genderless life form called gems populate the Earth. 28 gems must fight against the moon dwellers, who attack them regularly to abduct them and turn them into decorations. Each gem is assigned a role such as a medic or a fighter. So, yeah, that kind of sounds like that. But the artwork looks really cool. It looks like an interesting, different concept. It is a seinen sci-fi fantasy. Orange is picking it up, and they're not a bad studio, of course. So, I think I would really like to give that a chance. If you want me to review that week to week, that'd be pretty cool. I can just imagine me 3 months from now being like, oh yeah, that rock is my waifu. Yeah, Hoseki no Kuni sounds very interesting to me. Another one that sounds really, really good, I actually really love to review this possibly. Shoujo Shumatsu Ryoko. And it's pretty much about civilization is dead. They're in the post-apocalypse, and it's just two girls alone in the post-apocalypse trying to survive, which sounds awesome. I absolutely love post-apocalyptic stuff. It's like probably one of my favorite settings. So, yeah, this sounds really, really, you see me jump, really, really cool to me. So I would be interested in watching that one. Well, I'm going to watch it either way, but I'd be interested in reviewing. It's no synopsis, no thanks, and it's a romance, no thanks. Netju no Susume seems a bit too romancy for me, but it's basically about 30-year-old neat woman who is finding love in a net game, or like a sort of MMO type setting. Sort of the video game world counterpart thing, but also with some romantic comedy outside of it is what it sounds like it's going to be. Which could be hit or miss for me, but I think it actually sounds pretty good. I probably won't review it, but I think I'll probably watch it. Saredo Sumibito wa Ryu to Odoro. I don't remember that, but it is on the list. I do remember the title. Looks like it's just... Oh yeah, it's your typical, you got abilities in this city, and I like the way the city is divided into two separate kingdoms, sort of like the city from Princess Principal. So yeah, and they have these abilities that are kind of like chemical reactions, and they have special weapons that cause a magical spell-like effect. I think that's really cool, and I'd love to check that out, even if I don't review it. Konohana Kitan as well, I think that's another one that I'd love to watch, but it doesn't seem like the best to review. It's Shoujo Ai, which your boy is a fan of Shoujo Ai. And it's your typical yokai, hot spring, your typical yokai type anime, you know what I mean? Dia Horizon. There's no studio up there for whatever reason, but it is an original. The artwork is really blurry. I can't tell anything from it, but I did like the description a lot, even though it doesn't really tell you much about the show, but it definitely piqued my interest enough to want to watch. Same with Blend S. I've heard of the Blend S manga, and it's being handled by A1. A1 has done some not as good shows, but they've done very good shows like Grimgar, which was one of my favorites of all time. So I think I would like to watch Blend S. Again, don't know if it's the type that would be good to review, but I definitely want to watch. And I guess that same thing carries over onto Anime Guitarists, which is going to be just a school comedy anime club type deal. And I don't know. It's going to be one I'm going to try to watch it, but I probably won't review it, because it'll be one that I can imagine I'll watch it and I'll kind of like it, but then I'll be like, yeah, I don't like it that much. Then Osake wa Fufu ni Nate Kara, not on my list, but maybe could possibly be. It's a romance, but about this chick who gets drunk a lot. Either way, not my cup of tea, but I can see how other people would like it. Just letting you guys know it's a thing. I haven't been paying attention. Sorry if my face cam has been blocking any of these descriptions as I've been talking about them. I was trying to be cognizant of that, but I haven't been paying attention for the past couple minutes. I've been more focused on the shows. Not watching Idolmaster Side M. Robomaster's not really interested in. Urahara, I'm gonna try out, but I'm not sure how I feel about that artwork, so I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I'll at least try it out. And then the absolute opposite of that, Wake Up Girls Shinsho, I want to try out because the artwork looks really great. It says it's going to be music themed. I haven't watched a music anime in a bit of a while, I feel like. But yeah, it looks really good from that artwork, even though there's no synopsis. So it's one that, the opposite of the last one, I'm going to check out just based on artwork alone. Didn't watch first season of Classicaloid. I'm not interested in Infinity Force, but it seems like it's going to be some sort of superhero crossover type thing that's going to have characters from Tekkamon, Kashurin, and Gatchaman, and I did like Gatchaman. But yeah, it's not really my type of thing, but I do know some of you have commented about a series similar to that, so if you're interested, I'm going to throw that one out there for you. Two Car is one that I'm really interested in. It's going to be about two high school girls as they compete in motorcycle sidecar racing. Now then, I'm really interested in this just because it's so weird and off the wall and it's not like anything I'd ever watch. And I just remember way back, I had never watched a slice of life before, and I went to watch K-On! And I was like, I've never watched a slice of life, it's just going to be girls doing stuff, I'm going to hate this. And that's what I thought going into it. And then K-On! Became one of my most beloved shows ever, even though it was just about girls in a band. So I really loved K-On!, and that's why I want to give Two Car a chance. Just give it that chance and see if it does impress me. Dynamic Chord, not really that interested. Vanishing Line, I'm interested, if just mostly because it's by Mappa, but also the this whole city and the keyword El Dorado and everything. It does seem, and they all have powers and stuff. It again seems like a really interesting setup, and I have faith that Mappa could make a good show, and it's an original, so I'm really interested to see what they do with it. So that's one I'm interested in. Didn't watch first season of Cinderella Girls, Gekijo. This one, it says romance ecchi. It kind of gives me the Skirt no Naka wa Keremono Deshita vibes, though. And I'm not really into this whole... Maybe I could give it a chance. If you guys have a good word to say about this series, Omiai Aite wa Oshiego Tsuyokina Mondaiji. Never heard of most of those words. But yeah, if any of you have anything good to say about that, I might try it out. But basically, no. Shonen Ai, historical. I'm going to give that one a pass unless, again, you guys have something good to say about it. Didn't watch first season of Love Kome. Sengoku Nightblood. Looks good. It has vampires and werewolves and stuff, right? Is that it? Yeah, vampire and a man-wolf. Look at that. Historical romance fantasy. I'm going to give it a chance. Maybe it's not going to be the best, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Card Fight, no, not interested. Fire, and the rest are kind of just whatever. But the only last one I want to talk about is Fireball Humorous, because it's apparently the 3rd season of something, but it says it's only going to be 3 episodes, but that could possibly change. And it does say it's by Disney, so it's probably kind of like, it might not be an anime, it might be more just cartoonish. But I think I might watch the first 2 seasons and try this out just because it looks like it has a cute robot girl mascot. So, yeah, again, just a very, very dumb reason to say I'm trying something out, but we'll try it out. We'll see what we get. So yeah, that's it. That's going through these. Let's see. Let me see my list and try to name off some of the ones I'm most interested in reviewing. Some of the ones I'm most interested in reviewing, Black Clover, for certain, is one that I have a lot of interest in. I think Kujira no Kora wa Saijo ni Utao is probably the one I'm most interested in watching. Shoujo Shumatsu Ryoko is another one. It's probably the second most, right behind the one I just said. And I think the rest are kind of all on an even line. Vanishing Line looks really good. Two Car, I think, could end up being really good. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. Osama Game could be a good one to review. I'll watch the first episode and see what I think of it, or if you guys have really good stuff to say about it. But most of the rest, it's just going to be... Those are the ones I just said are the ones I'm really interested in reviewing, but the other ones I talked about are basically going to be... I don't have plans to review them, but if you guys have a lot of good stuff to say about them, or there's a lot of interest from you, or if I watch the first episode and think it's great, then they have a chance to make it into review form. Because that's the way I did things with this season, and I ended up loving the first episode of Princess Principal. Said that one's getting reviews week to week, and it continued to be great and be my favorite show of the season. But either way, that's it. Gonna go ahead and end this. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you did like the video. Comment down there to tell me what you thought of all of this, your thoughts, suggestions, whatever. I didn't really think out how the whole like, comment, subscribe thing would go on this. But subscribe for more anime, manga, light novel content stuff if you want to. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That's it. So, yeah, if you want a link to our Discord server, actually, we can talk there and stuff. Just ask and I can give you one. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.